Welcome back into the Personal Foul Podcast. I'm your host, Colton. Yes, sir. Alongside me is my co-host, Phil. How the hell are you, sir?
I'm doing fine today. More importantly, there's some other people, more important people who are out doing a hell of a job trying to keep Ocean County safe. There's a big forest fire going on. It's already at 150 acres. Apparently, it's supposed to get to 2,000 acres. I hope everybody's safe and sound. I do have to give a shout out to James Krzyzewski. I probably butchered his name. Nate Brown, Jim Sloan, even though I can't stand him, and the fire chief himself, Ian Engel, who will not be here today, obviously, who's putting out a fire. Also, who will not be here is Tyler Granato, because apparently he has a little campfire in his front yard and he's crying about it. So we will not see him either today. But as long as everyone's safe and healthy, that's all that matters. We do have a big sports show to get to today. We are going to talk about all four sports. Take it away, Colton.
Yeah, we'll start off with the big ones going on, and that will be the NHL in the NBA playoffs off and running. So we'll talk a little puck first. Locals, there's only one local actually in the tournament, and that'd be the New Jersey Devils. They are also without Luke Hughes and Brendan Dillon tonight. They're all dying, the New Jersey Devils, and they'll probably end up getting a gentleman's sweep or swept by Carolina. You can nod your head, kiss my ass. Where the hell are the Islanders playing? Oh, yeah, you have nothing to say. They blow. They're not playing. Okay.
I have a lot to say about the Islanders. We'll get to that in a minute.
But, yes, the Devils in a little bit of trouble here against someone should douse Phil with water. Yes, someone should. By the way, you said Ian's name wrong. Ian's a big fan of the show, so Ian Engel, not Ian, whatever. I don't know how you. Man, you and Rick. Good thing I have you and Rick sitting together at the wedding. Two guys that just cannot say names. Will sadly be stuck together.
As long as everyone says my name properly, that's all that matters.
So, shame that you can't say Ian's name right. But back on track here. Ovechkin making history, finally getting an overtime winner in the playoffs as he sets up the Capitals 1-0 against Montreal. What has your takeaway been so far of the NHL playoffs? Very early, of course. One game in for every single game so far here. Your thoughts?
Very, very early in the playoffs, but they've been a hell of a lot better than the NBA playoffs. I mean, the NBA's got to get rid of these playing games. I'm just tired of watching these blowouts. Every game was a blowout. It's an absolute disgrace. But we're focused on the NHL right now. And, yes, it was nice seeing Ovi get that game winner last night, especially against a Canadian team. I do not want to see a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup final again. I like it when the Canadians get mad that the USA owns the Stanley Cup. So too bad, Canadians. Just deal with it. I think the last Canadian team to win was the Montreal Canadiens back in '93. It's been a long time for Canada. That is a shame. But 22 years. Patrick Waugh was the goalie back then, and now he's the Islander coach. Speaking of the Islanders, let's delve into Lou Lamoriello here for a minute, who was released today. I don't know if you saw that or not, but he is finally out as the GM of the New York Islanders, and it was a couple of years too late. Yes, he came in, he made some moves and got the team back to 2 Eastern Conference Finals. Big deal. That sounds like the Jets making 2 Eastern Championship playoff games, AFC Championship playoff games. You know, I got to hear that from Jet fans. Like, that matters. Get to the Super Bowl. Win the Super Bowl. That's what I tell the Islander fans. Win the Stanley Cup. Going to 2 ECFs against the Stanley Cup winners. Yeah, they were both Game 7s, but you did not get anything accomplished. You failed. We failed both times. And it was partially because of Lou, because he got this slow plodding team, like you tried to think it was the New Jersey Devils of the early 90s, and that's not how hockey's played anymore. There's a lot of reasons why Lou is not around. One, he's 82. He needs to go. He needs to go retire. The biggest reason, he blew up that Tavares contract. As soon as he came in, I'm not going to give him total fault on that. Charles Lang was the owner back then. He got a gentleman's handshake from Tavares saying he was going to stay, and Tavares didn't. He screwed him, and that's why Tavares can go rotten hell as far as I'm concerned. He's dead to me. But he was part of that. So I don't know. Maybe John didn't want to deal with Lamoriello. Attendance is down. They're in a brand new arena. You can't be having down attendance right off the bat. And it's partially because of the way Lou built the team with all these plodding old people. What plodding old people do you say? I'll give them to you. Anders Lee, J.P. Pajot. Not J.P. That's his dad. Pajot. Anyway, Kyle Palmieri. These are guys that should have been traded. You signed Peter Engvall for 7 years. My God, we got this bum for 5 more years. This is absolutely terrible. You signed Pelech. You signed Pollock and Barzal to all these long-term deals, and they're always hurt. I mean, always hurt. Barzal, can you stay healthy for more than 2 weeks? An absolute disgrace. The biggest reason, you fired Trotz. You can't fire a man who just brought you to back-to-back ECFs and brought some prestige back to your franchise, and then you fire him. Yes, I do like Patrick Waugh. But he's built more on the speed. This is more of a type of team. He never should have been fired. Lou's the one that should have gone. And finally, we can dig Lou his grave. We can put him 6 feet under. He's finally done with. I hope the Islanders find a good GM. We'll see what comes around the corner. That's my Islanders spiel for the day. Are you ready for my predictions for the NHL playoffs, Colton?
Jeez, all that rambling didn't give me your projections or predictions or anything. God almighty.
I had to talk about the Islanders.
Sure,
There's a big Islander core.
You can give them to me. God, that took 20 years. Go ahead. Fire away.
I had to give you reasons.
I don't care.
Like my reasons? There were a lot of reasons why Lou had to go. Anyway, we'll start in the Western Conference first. Yeah, the Jets are already up 2-0, but I had them sweeping St. Louis. Dallas, Colorado. I thought this is probably going to be the best series in the playoffs. I love this series so much. I think Dallas with the home ice is going to win this in 7. Vegas and Minnesota. Vegas still has a very good core. It's amazing what they've done as an expansive franchise. I have Vegas in 6. And Kings Oilers. Kings had a shocker last night. I think they're going to go toe-to-toe with the Oilers. I think you're going to see a first-round exit for Edmonton this year. Another Canadian team out the door. So they're going to see the Kings in 7. Next round, I have Vegas over the Kings in 7. And I also have Dallas over Winnipeg in 7. I got a lot of 7-game series in the West. The West is very tight. A lot of good teams. I think Hellebuck turns into playoff Hellebuck against the Dallas Stars. Even though I think, they won the President's Cup and all, but I think Dallas is a better team overall. And in the finals, I have Dallas 7 over Vegas. So I got Dallas going to the Stanley Cup. And we'll go to the East. Toronto over Ottawa in 6. Ottawa shouldn't even be in the playoffs. They're a terrible team. I got Florida over 5 over a very aging Tampa team. I have Washington sweeping Montreal, another Canadian team out the door. And this isn't even a gentleman's sweep. This is just going to be an ass-beating sweep. I got Carolina over the Devils. The Devils are going to be non-competitive. They don't even bother showing up for these playoffs. You might as well just forfeit the games and have Carolina move on to the next round. The Devils stink. They've played over their heads all year, and now they're playing a great team, and they're going to get smashed, squashed like a grape. The way John's pitches and his softball gets smashed over the fence all the time. Next round, I got Florida over Toronto in 5, and I got Carolina 7 over Washington. That's going to be a good series. Eastern Conference Finals, I got Florida 6 over Carolina. And for the finals, I got Florida repeating. I think Marchand is a huge, huge help for them. I think Marchand and Florida win their second Stanley Cup over Dallas, and it will go 7. It's going to be a very, very good playoffs. Matt Pastor, go Knights, go. What's Vinny saying? Let's go Miami? Florida, you mean? Florida Panthers? Is that what you mean? You stink, Vinny. Anyway, that is my that's my NHL predictions. Do you have yours?
Oh, Phil. I'm going to give you the short end of it here, and a big shout out Matt Pastor down in the comments. See you in a few weeks there, big guy.
I'll see him at the wedding. I can't wait.
You will indeed see him at the wedding, Phil. So my prediction, I'm not going to give you every single series. That's a waste of time. I've already heard you talk way
You
too
can't
much
think
hockey.
about it. That's why you don't have.
I've already heard you. I've already heard you talk way too much hockey. I think Colorado gets to the final, Eastern Conference final. I lied. They're in the West. Excuse me. Western Conference final against the Kings. I do think the Kings make a run. By the way, what the hell is this? Who the heck is that?
Uma Jolie. John Mayer, hi. We have our first woman on the show. Thank you for
John Mayer down in the comments. How about that?
What?
So I got Kings and Avalanche in the Western Conference final. I have Florida and the Capitals in the Eastern Conference finals. I think it's a year for Ovechkin and the Caps. I think Ovechkin and company win the Stanley Cup, and he rides off into the sunset. The team that you trashed all season in the Capitals win the Stanley Cup. How about that? Oh, and Phil's frozen. Oh, this guy sucks. Oh, Phil, you're frozen, I think. Oh, is there life again? Oh, you suck. Oh, Phil sucks. Well, while Phil's getting his act together, we'll remove him for now. While Phil gets his stuff together, we'll talk a little NBA playoffs. I know people don't like the NBA. Oh, God, Uncle John, what are you doing down in the comments? Karen Warren there down in the comments. How the hell are you, Karen Warren? But we'll take a look ahead to the NBA playoffs. Again, don't have a lot of NBA fans in here, but we had a stunner, I feel like, in game one with Minnesota and the LA Lakers. Lakers didn't show up game one. Anthony Edwards, one of my favorite players in the league, showed up and showed out for the Minnesota Timberwolves with the local product, Nas Reed, piling it on as well for Minnesota. I think we have Phil back. There you are, ass clown. How the hell are you? Well, you're still busted, you and your stupid Led Zeppelin shirt and your freaking clown hat. Oh, you suck, Phil. He's still lagging. Phil, dude, what are you doing? This guy blows. Oh, boy. So we'll continue on. The Thunder steamrolled Memphis with one of the biggest wins in NBA history with the point differential, as it was like 130 to 80, something like that, or 120 to 130 to 80. I was correct. Yeah, 131 to 80. Absolutely annihilated John Morant and company. So Thunder might end up sweeping Memphis. This is what happens when you fire your coaches. Phil's now calling me, Phil, this guy stinks. Just get in, Phil. Just log back in, you clown. Just log back in. I got a show to do. So, again, Phil sucks per usual. Karen Warren backs Phil all the time for some stupid reason. But, hey, we'll get Phil back here when he gets in. But, again, he doesn't know anything about NBA basketball anyway. So we'll bust through the NBA stuff here. Milwaukee loses game one to Indiana. A lot of jawing back and forth between Damian Lillard and company, but they end up getting it done as the Pacers defeat the Bucks in game one. So all those series are 1-0 apiece for those teams. Back in action tonight with game twos. Celtics had a tight game early with the Magic and then ended up blown away from them late. Cleveland took care of Miami. And the Golden State Warriors took care of the Rockets in game one of their series. I think Golden State ends up winning that series. Just youth movement in Houston. I don't know if they're ready for it. Phil, are you finally here? And you're muted. Gosh, you are never prepared. Your Wi-Fi blows. You're a disgrace. Are you there? Are you lagging again? You're muted, you clown. Oh my gosh, you're terrible. Oh, why do we do a show with you? You're a disgrace. Never prepared. Your Wi-Fi blows. Oh boy. Yeah, you better fix that, Phil. I'm getting sick and tired of doing these shows with your Wi-Fi dropping on you. Oh Lord. But yeah, those are your matchups so far. Phil does suck. Like, how does this happen? Every single show, this guy drops out every single time or lags. So, again, Denver and LA, the Clippers are all tied up 1-1. That was a Kawhi Leonard game last night, man. He took over that game against Denver. Jokic said it after the post game. We're glad to be 1-1. This is what happens when you fire Mike Malone right before the playoffs start, and you have no idea what you're doing as head coach. So they're tied 1-1. You saw a little bit of throwback of Kawhi Leonard last night. He looked really good. But the Knicks losing at home to the Detroit Pistons. Dennis Schroeder with over 20 off the bench, hitting the game-winning shot, and Cade Cunningham delivering the goods. The Knicks suck. They're soft. You can bully the Knicks, and that's exactly what the Detroit Pistons did last night. You know what you're getting from Jalen Brunson, but everybody else. Mikal Bridges sucks. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. If he tried, he also couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat either. Mikal Bridges blows, so Knicks in trouble there possibly in that series. You have Jalen Brunson, then you traded the house for Mikal Bridges, who can't hit a big shot to save his life. And Karl Anthony Towns, the same Knicks fans that were talking crap about Cat before you got Karl Anthony Towns, how he can't make any big shots. This is what you get. Oh, wait, Phil's back. Oh, we're going to try for the 5th time. Phil, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Hey,
I really think
what's
my
up,
laptop
Ass
needs to go in the toilet. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Speaking of toilets, I apologize that my fans had to listen to you for the past 5 minutes without me. So my apologies, fans. What were you yabbling about?
I started talking NBA playoffs since you don't know NBA at all usually.
Oh, you made everyone throw
I
about
see
the Lakers.
I see your terrible, run in fantasy basketball. So I know I could have, got through a lot of it. So, yes, we did talk about how shit the Lakers came out in game 1. See if they can bounce back game 2. They have to have it. I think they'll deliver. They have way too many big guns in their arsenal. Karen Warren, kiss my ass, dude. You gotta get Phil Schlong out of your mouth one of these days, man. Like every time in the comments, you're just like there slurping Phil. Like it's Kenny. It's a little weird, man. I gotta tell you, a little questionable. Just like John Mayer's pitching, but Kenny's love affection for Phil is kind of very odd. So relax, Karen Warren down there.
Everyone loves me. I'm the genius.
So, what are your thoughts on the NBA playoffs? So. Early on.
My thoughts, they've been absolute trash outside of 2 games. It's been an absolute nightmare for the NBA. The regular season means absolutely nothing. The playoffs have been an absolute bore because nobody wants to see these garbage teams in here. I mean, if the NBA wants to fix themselves, go back to 6 playoff teams, top 6, give 1 and 2 the first round off, have 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5. The regular season will mean something again because, I mean, when time playoff teams get in, I mean, really, who the hell wants to watch? It's been an absolute bore. But what is not a bore are my predictions. Are you ready for my predictions, Colton? You're damn right. All right. So I got OKC sweeping Memphis. That's without a doubt. A really good series, which is one of the good playoff games last night. I still have Denver beating the Clippers in 6 because Kawhi, I'm sure, is going to get hurt 2 or 3 games and not play. I have the Warriors sweeping Houston. Houston has no business being in the playoffs. I don't care if they're a 2 seed. They are not ready for the playoffs yet. And no shocker here. I got Minnesota in 5 over the Fakers. They got no chance. Anthony Edwards, I don't care if he got fined. Yeah, he's got $20 million or $200 million, whatever the hell he got, whatever he said. $50,000 is chunk change for him. That's right. Way to go. And you take the Lakers out. You take LeBron out. You take Luka out. Next round, I got OKC 6 over Denver. And I have the Warriors in 6 over Minnesota. And in the Western Finals, I got OKC 6 over Golden State. I think the Warriors wear down. Their age starts to show. In the East, I got Cleveland sweeping Miami. That it's going to be like the Carolina versus the Devils. I got Indy over 6 over Milwaukee. Giannis is not going to save them. I got the
See
Knicks.
my point. You can't even say names right of star players in this league.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Got you there.
No, you got it wrong. That's not what you said the first time. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
It's not Anti, but sure, Phil.
Whatever. The hell with it. That's what he gets for having such a stupid-ass long name.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got the Knicks that nobody cares about over Detroit in 6. Although I'd love to see Detroit win this series and shut all the Knicks fans up. But it won't matter because Boston's going to sweep Orlando, another team that shouldn't be in the playoffs. Nobody wants to see Miami. Nobody wants to see Orlando. It'd be so much better if the playoffs were compressed. Next round, I got Cleveland 5 over Indy. I got Boston 4 or 5 over the Knicks. Knicks may pull out a game, so I'll give them 5. Terrible playoffs. I got Boston 5, maybe 6 over Cleveland. And in the finals, it probably won't go this way, but I have a feeling OKC is going to finally win and beat Boston. And they'll probably do it in 6 because Tatum's hurt, and I don't think he's going to be healthy these entire playoffs, and that's what's going to hurt them in the long run. So I got OKC winning the championship over Boston in 6. But once again, no one's going to watch because the NBA playoffs are a complete bore right now. Nobody's watching this team, this product. Last year, the NHL playoffs had better ratings than the NBA playoffs. I don't know why nobody's talking about it, but that is actual fact. You may see that again this year. Probably the fact is reason because there were so many sweeps in the NBA and a lot of the NHL games went 7. You may see that again this year. Hopefully we will, but if not, whatever. The NBA has just been putting everybody to sleep. They need to change their game, but quickly. Well, who do you got winning it all?
I got the Lakers playing the Celtics in the finals. You laugh all you want.
You homer.
You laugh all you want. That's fine by me.
All right, so you haven't beaten Minnesota. I'll give you that. So in the next round, they're gonna beat the Warriors.
Correct.
No chance they get by the Warriors. No chance. All right, so say they get by the grace of God, they get by the Warriors. That's like Tyler Granado actually getting a base hit in softball. But let's say they somehow get by it. They're going to beat OKC. You're going to sit here and tell me with a straight face they can beat OKC. Answer me.
As the great Shannon Sharp said, Lou Dort, child support, Lakers in 5.
Oh, you homer. You are such a homer. But I should expect that from you. So who do you have winning, the Lakers or the Celtics?
I think the Celtics win over the Lakers. And only reason why I say the Lakers, by the way, in the finals, like enough with the homer shit, because the teams in the West are all young. OKC is young, and they have one legitimate star, and that is it. The Lakers are going to take away SGA. They're going to do it. So that's the Rockets, number 2 seed. Like, they don't have any legitimate stars.
No, they're out in round 1.
That's what I'm saying. They're all young teams. Like, the Thunder will make
the Warriors.
The Lakers beat the Warriors in the next round. That's kind of my point.
Why? How come?
Because the Lakers have 2 legitimate star players and more guys that can get points.
Oh, there's no stars on the Warriors?
There are stars on the Warriors.
Nobody on the Warriors? This guy called Steph Curry?
I know this guy called Steph Curry. Yeah, I know
that.
Oh,
you're such a homer. You reek of homerness. Homer Simpson's even ashamed of you.
It's going to be funny when they beat the Warriors, and then you're like, oh, you're right. That's right. Okay.
Oh, well, I'll have a bet with you if the Lakers they're not even getting past Minnesota. But if they play the Warriors, I'll gladly bet you on that series.
Yeah, the Lakers win the series. So, anyway, that is my predictions. Like I said, I talked a little bit NBA while you were trying to figure out your Wi-Fi again we're on episode 32 for the 32nd time. If you're trying to figure out your Wi-Fi during one of these shows, you had your best connection when you weren't in Whiting. Would you go figure?
Yes, there will be Kentucky Derby talk next week. You will hear.
Oh God, we're not talking Kentucky Derby. I'd rather freaking watch paint dry than talk about the ponies. We'll look ahead to the NFL draft that is this week. Won't spend a lot of time on it because we talked about a lot of it last week. It was kind of the same old rambling on. I think we'll have more analysis next week with the surprises and where players ended up. But it is kind of seeming like it is chalk that Cam Ward will be going to Tennessee. The big question of the day is, where does Shedeur Sanders end up?
He's going 21 to your Pittsburgh Steelers. That's where he's going to end up. He's going to fall like a rock. And I think that's why they haven't signed Aaron yet. I think they're waiting to see if Sanders goes to them. If Sanders gets to Pittsburgh, they got no use for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm very curious where Sanders ends up. It started off easily favored to the Giants, and now it's quickly changed to the Steelers by a little bit over the Giants. I know the Giants and the Jets. Was it the Giants and the Raiders, or Giants and Cleveland? Giants and Cleveland are looking to trade out of 2 and 3. So I don't know who's good enough to jump up.
It's not a draft.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's going to call up I want to get up to 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know what these teams are looking to get, but if teams are moving up, I can tell you they're not going to be moving up for a lot because I wouldn't give up anything.
You're not going to see it because, what I have here, I got Cam going 1. I got Hunter going 2 to Cleveland, and he'll probably retire because Cleveland won't let him play both ways. I got Abdul Carter going to the Giants. Will Campbell going to New England because they need an offensive line real bad, and he's the best lineman. Jacksonville's going to probably take that edge rusher. Vegas will probably take Jante, or however the hell you pronounce his name. Since I like.
Oh God, I'm telling you, you should get put in timeout since you can't speak about players and say their names. God Almighty, do you even watch sports? Like I got it. Looking at paper, that's fine. You watch enough sports where you hear these names, where you hear the pronunciation of them. Aston Genty. Oh my Lord, you're a clown.
It's so bent over.
Dude, I'm having
a read your writing.
Hold on.
I butchered
our news segment from last week. I have our brand new answers for mine for this week. Bum of the week, Phil Sitta. Wi-Fi cannot say names. Bum of the week, Phil Sitta, the genius. Ass clown, bum of the week. And my man of the week is going to go to Naz Reid for his performance in Game 1 against the Los Angeles Lakers. So there's my 2 right off the gate. Very easy because Phil sucks, cannot say anybody's name, and the guy says he's a genius and talks sports.
I am a genius.
You're not. God almighty.
Maybe I'm pronouncing the names right and you're pronouncing them wrong. Did you ever think of that?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's why you're sitting with Rick.
That's true. I had enough of him on Sunday. Real quick, back to Miami. I think they're going to take either the tight end from Penn State or the offensive tackle from Minnesota. I don't want to see them draft anything else because they really need offensive line in the worst possible. In fact, if I'm Miami, I draft nothing. I mean, if the tight end's there, Warren, I like him a lot. Maybe you take him and then draft lineman the rest of the time because that offensive line, there's bigger holes than Swiss cheese on that line. It's absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. What else is atrocious is the bum of the – oh, you don't think so, Kenny? Why not? The tight ends stink in Miami. And I wrote my man and bum of the week. Oh, here it is. First of all, a little baseball real quick. Hey, a big shout out to Francisco Lindor. You were almost my man of the week, but then I realized you were a Met, so you're not going to be the man of the week. There will be no man of the week when you're a Met. Bum of the week could be Mark Vientos because he's been god awful. And that right, John? He stinks, and so do you. But he's not the bum of the week either. The bum of the week is Spencer Strider. All I heard for the past 2 weeks, oh, Spencer Strider, you're coming back. He's going to throw this and that and everything. And he goes back on the IL for playing catch. He strained his hamstring. He's going to be out a month. He played catch, and he popped his hamstring. You are fragile. You are a bum. You are as fragile as Colton running down to first base, popping both quads. You bum. The absolute bum. Oh, how can you do that? You are the bum of the week. For my man of the week, I got to give it to Ovi. Man finally scored a game-winning goal in the playoffs against Montreal nonetheless. He's my man of the week. Men, like the firemen out there blazing the fires right now. Men, actually, they're the men of the week. all the firemen out there. That's my man of the week. But sportsman of the week is Ovi.
That's a great call, Phil. That's a great call.
And
we'll finish up with baseball here. Again, not much. Yankees lose last night. Clark Schmidt shit the bed last night. Yes. Terrible start from him.
And so did Aaron Boone.
Yeah, Aaron Boone does suck.
Well, you want to know why he shit the bed? Is there a reason why Austin Wells is leading off? Why do I see this man leading off? He's batting 147. His on-base percentage is 267. Why is he a leadoff hitter? I can't. All right, yeah, he hit a home run in his first game. He's done nothing since. Absolutely nothing. I do not want to see his slow ass hitting the double plays the rest of the game, leading off. Get him out of the leadoff position. Get him 6th or 7th where he belongs. I mean, my God, enough is enough with him leading off. I can't take it anymore. Put Ben Rice lead off. What? All right, yeah, he got drilled in the elbow the other night. Whatever. He got the pinch in, which means you could have let off. He's only DHing. He's not in the field. Leave Rice as your leadoff hitter. I can't see Wells leading off anymore. The absolute joke.
Good call, Phil, and good call,
right.
Uncle John. So, again, yeah, I don't know. Strider ends up on the injured list. I have him grade 1 strain, so it's better news as far as his injury goes. But yeah, go figure. Yeah, the Yankees, I don't know, back in action today in Cleveland. We'll see how that goes. Mets on a little bit of a run, beat the Phillies, and gosh darn it, Nicholas Castellanos, most bet player yesterday, did not hit a home run. He usually hits the home runs on days of bad news. With the Pope passing away, you thought everybody jumped on Nicholas Castellanos to hit a home run, and he took everybody's money because he sucks.
Vegas cleaned up again.
Vegas definitely cleaned up as far as that. Everyone definitely jumped on that one. By the way, Cody Bellinger, 3 years in a row, hitting a home run on 420. So that's also going to have to be Tyler O'Neill and Cody Bellinger. Opening day and 420 are the days of Tyler O'Neill and Cody Bellinger. So those days, make sure you bet those guys to hit home runs on those days. So, again, appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll be back again next week, recapping the NFL draft. We will talk a little puck. We'll talk a little b-ball. And, of course, we will talk some MLB to hear Phil rant about Aaron Boone and the Yankees.
And
so
my prediction.
Appreciate everyone tuning in. Phil, again, we'll have shit Wi-Fi again next week. So tune in for a breakup again as Phil continues to suck at everything he does. And that's why he is my bum of the week. And a big shout out to all our firefighters that are out there keeping us safe and stay safe out there. To those men and women out there keeping Barnegat and Ocean County safe. So big shout out to them. And we'll be back again next week. Phil, you suck. And thank you, everybody.
Well, one last thing. You mentioned Cody. I thought you were going to talk about Cody Rhodes. He lost the WWE title to John Cena.
Oh, no. We're ending this. We're ending this podcast right now. We're not talking WrestleMania. I don't care. John Cena heel turn. I don't care. And that is the end of the show. I'm not talking WrestleMania. Tyler Granado can enjoy his 10 seconds of it about Cody Rhodes losing, and that is it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll be back again next week.